causeway, engulfed by the crowds along the long walk towards the George IV gate. Part of the ceremonial, another element will unfold in the quadrangle of Windsor Castle itself. Bill, just look ahead a little for us so that we know what to expect.
Yes, what we're seeing here, of course, is the last physical public view of the coffin as it goes into the castle. And after that, it will not come out. And it will go up into the quadrangle of Windsor Castle, go left to the round tower, through the old Norman arch, and then down through the castle to the lower ward and the parade grounds where our studio is, and then turn into Hall Street Cloister.
Jamie, when we look square on at the hearse moving down the long walk there, we see, Bill talked about a protective shield of the Grenadier Guards. We also see the household staff, another kind of protective shield.
Absolutely. You have the three pages, Her Majesty's closest assistants, really, leading in their civilian clothes. And you can see there's a very tall one on the left, just to the left of the colour there. You also have the Queen's Private Secretary, late Queen's Private Secretary Sir Edward Young, and you've got the controller of the Lord Chamberlain's office, who's responsible for putting all the ceremonial on in conjunction with the Household Division, Colonel Mike Vernon. And you also have Admiral Johnson Bird, who is the master of the late Queen's household, who is the senior naval officer you will see in a minute in front of the hearse.
Notable that they have accompanied her journey. We saw them too on the Mall and Constitution Hill. This is their last great service to her, and they will feel this deeply.
They'll feel it very, very deeply. And actually, it's rather wonderful that the members of her household are so close into the procession with the Queen's company.
The controller accompanied the Queen's body all the way from Scotland in the aircraft.
just in the centre of shot there at the bottom, in glasses thread with young the Queen's private secretary, Jenny. You've obviously been a private secretary, the person closest to the Queen in an official capacity.
Yes, I think Sir Edward will be feeling this very, very deeply, as really every day of his life, for however many years he's worked at the palace, which are a fair number now. He would have gone in to see the Queen first thing in the morning with his boxes of correspondence and other matters of state which he would have wanted to lay before her. It was a two-way passage. The Queen would also ask him to arrange things which she wanted to do as well. But he had an extremely close relationship with the Queen, professional relationship as well as coming to know each other extremely well. So Sir Edward will be feeling it hugely today.
What we're witnessing here is the drawing closer together of close household, friends, and of course family. And with that in mind, Lucy, perhaps we could look ahead a little to the service that is going to unfold in the chapel of St George's, the committal service. Just explain to us what that is.
Well, at a funeral there are two elements to it really. You commend the soul of the person who's died to Almighty God, and then you commit their body to be buried. Those are the two elements. So this part, it's a gradual quietening, I guess you could say, from millions watching to thousands crowding to hundreds witnessing, and gradually this day gets quieter, and eventually the body of the Queen will be committed to the ground, and with those words that will be familiar to many, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. And it's a very intimate moment, the burial of a person that you love, of course, but it's going to come at the end of a day which has been so full of people and pageantry and noise, and then gradually, with the words of Psalm 103 and Psalm 121, again, much beloved psalms that are used at many funerals, the Queen will be laid to rest, and rest is what it will feel like.
A great sacred duty for the Dean of Windsor, for the Archbishop. It must bear on one enormously in moments like this.
It is. It's an enormous privilege and a duty, and the prayer is very direct. It's actually addressed to the person who's died. It's go forth upon your journey from this world, O Christian soul. It's a really direct prayer from priest to the person, and with witnesses, and that will be an extraordinary moment.
the castle itself. Bill, perhaps I can bring you in here and just talk us through what to expect for the remainder of this journey.
At the top of the long walk is the Cambridge Gate, which is short of the castle itself, and at that point the route is no longer lined by the armed forces and they're effectively inside the castle grounds. The procession will go through the George IV Gate into the quadrangle, which is of course where the Queen had a birthday parade during the COVID epidemic and many other parades, presentation of colours to various regiments. There they go through the Cambridge Gate now, and then they will go across to the left to Engine Court and the Round Tower before progressing down through the castle to St George's Chapel. Meanwhile, of course, all other elements are in place at the West Steps, and of course the congregation has gathered in St George's Chapel.
We should mention too, of course, that senior members of the royal family will join the procession too in the quadrangle. And you'll see them follow here through down to the chapel itself.
Bill, can I just ask you one thing? We've seen the slow forward march and then the steady side-by-side pace. That's just making sure you all keep time.
Yes, as it gets, you obviously want to try and keep the column distance between you and the detachment in front and not run into each other, and you get slower, you don't want to stop, otherwise it's very difficult to get the time again. I think that's probably Terry Pendry with one of the Queen's horses on the right of the picture from the Mews. That is Terry Pendry, who would take the Queen riding.
makes its way slowly and steadily to the top of the long walk, away from the crowds who've kept the late Queen company just once again, passing the horse she so loved to ride here in Windsor Park. Passing through a tapestry of flowers on either side. And of course the hearse itself covered in the flowers that have been thrown, out of great respect and love for the Queen all the way, from the Mall down here to the final destination at Windsor.
In the quadrangle, awaiting the procession, two of Her late Majesty's corgis, Mick and Sandy. Jamie, that will be one of those images that stays with people alongside all the great moments of ceremony that we've seen.
Corgi is obviously very central to both Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother's life, and her daughter, Her Majesty's life. And the one bit of instruction you were told when you became a young Aquarian was to make friends with the Corgis first. It got you 30 love up.